Ladies and jelly spoons, boys and girls, a very warm, wibbly wobbly, willy waving welcome to you all. And yes, indeed, welcome to Thursday Night Live. God, I'm saying it again. Ugh. It's Poets' Day Eve, darlings. Yes, tomorrow is Poets' Day. Piss off early. Tomorrow's Saturday. And we are rampaging in towards the end of the week, aren't we, darlings? We are indeed. My goodness gracious me. So, how have your Thursdays been, each and every one of you? I would love to hear about them. We all want to know what you've been eating. We would love you to send a voice note to the usual number and anything else that you would care to do, darlings, as we spend this next wonderful hour together as we wave away Thursday and we welcome in Friday. One day closer to death, and well, one day closer to the clocks going is will hopefully come before the other thing. And one day closer to Sunday and another portion of lovely roast beef. I'm looking forward to that. I had, I mean, let's pile straight into the lunch news, shall us? Why not? Oh, and you can, of course, ask me a hedgehog of truth question. You know how it works. You ask a question, I grab hold of my friend Mr. Hedgehog here, and that means that I cannot tell a lie and I cannot evade. I have to answer fully, honestly, and frankly. And I welcome questions tonight. Well, it used to be Mad Thursday, didn't it? So throw me some spicy questions and that I have to answer honestly. That might be a little bit of fun. Try and make me uncomfortable. I dare you. There you go. That is your challenge for tonight. Now, my lunch news was absolutely splendid. Oh, and I should point out, I'm so sorry, I forgot at the start of the show. Tonight's live stream is sponsored by No Bugger. So there we are. But yeah, the lovely sausages, you'll see them in the video tomorrow. The lovely sausages that were part of last night's sponsorship deal. I had two of those with fried onion, mashed potato, and gravy for my lunch. Did I put a picture in Facebook? I did. I put a picture in the Facebook group. And I'm here to tell you, darlings, it was fabulous. Tonight will be staff curry as per. Tomorrow's lunch will be chicken and chips with salad. Um, Tomorrow night will be staff curry, and Saturday will be Boaty's Saturday brunch, and then we'll be heading into Sunday and Sunday lunch live. I'm going to do it again this week. Touch wood, all being well. Now, I'm going to have a drink of my, I won't lie to you, wine, and then I'm going to dive into your comments, darlings, and we can properly get this thing going. Not a clue. No idea. Cheers, darlings. Your very good health. Bottoms up yours. Get stuffed. It doesn't take much. Oh, it's a thing of great joy. Oh, oh. Oh, lovely. First cab off the rank tonight was the delectable Carol C, who said, "Hi, hope your days have gone well." Am I imagining seeing that? Yes, I am. That was a hallucination. I'm off to watch Boaty's video of the day. See you all later. Well, maybe if I can stay awake. Thank you for popping in, Carol. Simone is here. Hello, lovely YouTubists and Busty. What an excellent day it has been. I'm glad you've had an excellent day, Simone. You deserve more excellent days in your life. That's what I think. Peter P is with us and says, good evening, Big Busty and the Box. Uh, Hi, Simone, says Peter. Your new magic box looks nice. And Simone thanks him for that. Ian Hully is with us, and a very good evening to one and all. Hope everybody is well up for some good old banter. He says. Andrew Buttigieg is right in our midst to our undoubted joy, and he greets everybody by name as his wont. Matron is with us and says evening all. Uh, Peter P says tonight's show is sponsored by Wonk for all your wonking needs. The lovely Emma is with us. Emma Lemon, the M11. Hello all. I'm not having a good day, stroke, week, stroke, month, stroke, life right now. Somebody come and tickle me and make me chuckle, please. Oh dear. Oh dear, Emma. Oh. Mark Passad is with us. Let's all try and cheer Emma up. She is having a rotten time, I happen to know. So, yeah, anything you can think of to cheer her up, do it. Tell you what you could do to cheer her up. Get 700 of your friends, colleagues, or relatives to subscribe to her channel and watch loads of videos, and so she can monetize. That'll cheer her up. Nothing like getting monetized to brighten your day. I've done it twice. Mark Passad is with us and bids everybody a cheery good evening. Matron's having a giggle for all your wonking needs. I did get your message, Simone. I replied to you, my lovely, didn't I? Was there another one that I missed? I remember replying to you. I'm sure that was today. I know I'm pants with messages, but God, why do I keep having to put that in? Point of having Face ID, so you don't have to do that. Oh, I did miss one. Sorry, Simone. I apologise for that. I missed the last one, but thank you very much. That's very kind. Oh, you all know I'm rubbish with messages. I did quite well with that one. I replied to that within one business day. I just didn't reply to the subsequent one because I didn't see it. Oh, I'm terrible. Emma says, gosh, Boaty is well prepped tonight. He's even got the pound all set up and ready to go. I have. Food today was my homemade spaghetti bolognese. Everybody said it tasted weird. I would love some homemade spaghetti bolognese. Somebody send me some. Somebody send me some beautiful homemade from scratch spaghetti bolognese. Just send me the bolognese. I'll make the spaghetti myself. I keep every time somebody mentions it, I keep saying I need spaghetti bolognese in my life, and it never happens. Maybe I will make that an Airbnb thing. Maybe I will cook a range of things at the Airbnb and make a point of making things different. Yeah, I do miss Spagbo. I miss quite a lot of things, except I don't. You know what I mean? I mean, I miss a nice spaghetti bolognese supper. I used to really enjoy that, and I do really miss it. But if you said to me, right, do you want your staff curry again, or do you want spaghetti bolognese? I'm going to say, no, I'll have staff curry, um, just because it's better. So I do miss spag bowl, but I don't miss it enough to replace a staff curry. I should have a smaller portion as a lunch, shouldn't I? I had a spaghetti bolognese lunch in St Patrick's Hotel in Schlendy Bay, Gozo, for my birthday lunch one year, and it was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. January the 14th, 22 degrees, sitting with the sea almost at my feet, enjoying a fabulous spag bowl at a table with a crisp linen napkin and cutlery. Oh, yes. And an amazing bottle of house wine that was absolutely superb. I remember that day. I was in such a good mood that I went back to, I stopped off in Pretoria, in the capital of Gozo, and the paraffin hit me up for €5, and I gave him 10. That's how much of a good mood I was in. Oh, that was a great day. I've had some great birthdays in Gozo, but of course, my next birthday I will be in Llandudno, and that will be great too, although a bit colder, and the hotel won't be as good. Hey ho. Sorry, darlings, I'm just in a bit of a wandering mood. I'm feeling a bit slow today. I'm not feeling particularly dynamic. I'm feeling a bit slow. I've had quite a frenzied night. Maybe that's why I'm feeling slow. Had to get a load of stuff done today. Oh, hello. Oh, God, it's all happening. Windsor Davis news. Windsor Davis has been started. Uh, he's had a few miles put under the wheels this evening. He's had some fuel put into him, and he is a fabulous motor vehicle. Somebody really should buy him because he's a fabulous thing. I really enjoyed being in him tonight. And he is now out of the yard, so the yard is clear for the alleged skip, which is alleged to be coming in tomorrow. I bet you it doesn't. It'll probably rock up Monday or Tuesday next week. But I'm not going to say anything negative. I firmly and honestly believe that we are on the last lap and that upstairs will be done. Maybe not in the 2 weeks they've said, but I reckon it'll be done before the end of November. So if I really get cracking, the Airbnb could be open before Christmas, and that's got to be the aim, hasn't it? Christmas and the New Year. Oh, that's nice. And I really did enjoy lunch. Right, let's get settled back in. Yeah, I'm feeling very slow tonight. Not slow as in, I feel a little bit tired, no more so than normal. I just feel really laid back. What I'd really love to do right now would be to, if you all came into the front parlour, I mean in real life, not virtually, and we just kicked off our shoes, put up our feet, and just relaxed and had a really relaxed chat. I'm not feeling in the place to bounce around and be controversial, but hey ho, where did I get to? Ah, Mark, the fabulous Mark Passad, made a prawn and chorizo jambalaya for supper, and everyone said they enjoyed it. Well, I'm sure they did. Sounds fabulous. Slightly tired, more like knackered, says Andrew. Was about to go to sleep when I was distracted by a certain Harry Paddington doing an impromptu live. Weird is not always bad, Emma, says Peter P. And Emma says it is when nobody eats it. Did nobody eat it? Ah, I would have ate it. Um, I love me some spag bowl, says Andrew. Well, me too. I was just speaking about it. Matron says, Emma, Boaty's caught your arm tick. Oh, God, yeah. Diane Sturdy is with us and says, good evening, lovely people. And we say a jolly big, wholehearted good evening to you, you fabulous lady, you. Our community is blessed by your presence and your inclusion. Totally not a word, is it? You're being part of the inner scrotum. It is a better inner scrotum thanks to you. That's what I say. I really am feeling very laid back. Oh, I'd rather that didn't happen then. I'm getting too old to be bending down. I've got to the sort of age that when I bend down to pick something up, I think, well, is there anything else I need to do while I'm down here? Oh, and you can make your own jokes there about, while you're down there, love. Those were the days, weren't they? Driving in your 7.5 ton HGV, driving past a lady with a pram and shouting, "Want another one?" Happy days. While you're down there, you don't get many of them to the pound. Ah, the good old days of objectification and casual sexism. Wonderful. And before you lot start, the girls were just as bad. Don't you forget that. The girls were just as bad. In fact, I would say, if anything, worse. What's your opinion on that? Uh, and everybody saying hello to Diane. Oh, that bloody armtic, says Emma. I've often sensed her flying with that. Distracted drivers beside me and bruise my hand. Uh, the room feels empty without the flowery triffid, says Andrew. I completely forgot. Yeah, I would love to have some flowers. Um, well, I mean, there will be if a bit more money starts coming in, there will be flowers aplenty, darlings. But in the meantime, I'll see what I can do. uh, Simone says, "Oh, hedgehog of truth question." Ah, I was hoping for some of these. Right, here we go. Right, what's coming? What is your all-time favourite food? And you could only eat it if Alanis Morissette was in your bed. The only caveat is the food is covered in cheese. Otherwise, you get nout. Huh? So basically, Alanis Morissette is in my bed. Right. How am I going to answer this? Okay, my all-time favorite food. That's so difficult to answer. That is so difficult to answer. All-time I mean, it could be so many things. It could be roast beef and horseradish with Yorkshire pudding. It could be a fillet steak with an au poivre sauce. It could be sausage and batter, chips and curry sauce. It could even be a Big Mac and fries with barbecue sauce and a side salad. Oh, all-time favorite food. It could be momo. It could be staff curry. It could be a chicken sekwa roll. Oh God, right. Let's think. Let's think. It could be doner kebab. You know what? That's what I'm going to go for. Right now, this answer could change on any given night, but at this particular space and time, my favorite food would be a doner kebab, large, from Charlie's Kebab Van in the B&Q or whatever it was, car park in Droitwich. Taken back and eaten in the bedroom with a beautiful woman. Yeah, I would go with that. I am at this particular moment in time, I am happy with that answer. Now, as for the rest of it, the Alanis Morissette and the cheese, then no. Uh, I would not eat food smothered in cheese in order to get into bed with Alanis Morissette. Not as she is now. If a time machine was involved and it was a younger Alanis Morissette, probably still no. What an interesting and good question. I detest cheese so much that I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Because if I ate something that was smothered in cheese, I'm not going to be doing any pottering. Vomiting is what I'm going to be doing. I once ate I once ate cheese by mistake at a buffet after a snooker match. I used to play snooker and pool, darlings. Um, Snooker, I was average at. My highest break was 117. I was all right. I was an all, I could play snooker to a club standard. I did try to qualify for the World Championships once. True story. True story. Everybody who played for the snooker team that I played for, we all went to the qualifiers for the World Championship because anybody could enter. And we all got stuffed apart from AD Rowland, who actually won his first match and got through to the next round. But I was an okay club standard player. Whereas pool, I was good. I was national standard. I played for my actual team was the Blue Tips, but I also played for the English team, the All Stars, as it was then. Why am I talking about snooker and pool? Oh yeah, that's right. And when you had a pool match or a snooker match, then the host club or whatever would put on a little buffet afterwards. And I took a mouthful of a cheese sandwich by mistake, thinking it was ham or whatever. It must have been a well disguised cheese sandwich. And I was sick for days. Absolutely dreadful and disgusting stuff. So it's a great question, Simone. I've given you an honest answer. In terms of my favourite food, as I think of it now, those kebabs were memorable. What a time in life. That was at a time in my life where uh, I'd done the pub thing and I'd started the car thing. And at this point, I think I was just manager. It's before anything massive happened. And I'd moved into the flat upstairs. But before the flat was completely renovated. So there was no central heating, open fireplaces, whatnot. And Sasha, my second or third fiance, um, had moved in with me. And oh yeah, at this point, I just started singing accidentally. And at this point, I'm on the karaoke circuit and I'm just starting on the amateur talent circuit. And Sasha was from Droitwich, and on a Tuesday night, we used to go to a pub in Droitwich called the Spring Meadow. I'm sure somebody told me it's not there anymore. And one of these days, probably over this winter, I'm going to spend a Monday and a Monday afternoon and a Tuesday morning, and do a stopover back down in my old stamping ground around Redditch, Birmingham, Droitwich, around there. And I'm going to show you all of these places that I've been talking to you about for weeks. I'll show you my old business and the old pubs, those of them that are still there, and places like this that I'm talking about. But I'm sure somebody told me the Spring Meadow wasn't there anymore, being knocked down. And that was Tuesday night at the Spring Meadow. And then we went to Charlie's. Now, Charlie's was, and probably still is, a kebab shop in Bromsgrove. Now, I've never been to the kebab shop in Bromsgrove, but I understand it is legendary. But he had a van, darlings, as well. And the van used to go out and park up in, I think it was B&Q. It was like a DIY place. Park up in the car park in Droitwich of a night. And after we'd been to the Spring Meadow, we would stop at this kebab van and get this amazing kebab. Honestly, it was amazing. I used to have a large doner kebab. Sasha would have one too. And it was with all of the really proper kebab salad. You know what I mean? The finely shredded white cabbage, lettuce, bit of tomato in there, and all wrapped up in paper. Oh, God, it was wonderful. And then me and Sash would drive back to Portway, back to the flat, into the bedroom. It was always winter in my memory. It was always winter. I don't remember the summer nights. I remember the winter nights probably because they were more memorable. The flat would be absolutely freezing. We got no central heating. There's no fires going on or anything because we were always out. So we go into the bedroom, shut the door, put a little heater on to get some, and we would jump into bed, darlings, and we would eat these enormous kebabs in bed, trying to keep warm. And oh, those were fabulous times. And then but by the time we finished the kebab, we would be warm and covered in kebab grease, and we would podger each other senseless right into the wee small hours. Happy days, darlings. And then get up and go to work the next morning. Oh, God. They were happy days, actually. You don't realize until you look back, do you? Carefree days when you were young and had nothing on your mind other than enjoying yourself. Thank you for that question, Simone, and thank you for sending me down that particular lane, that particular memory lane. I enjoyed that very much indeed. Right, moving on. Moving on, darlings. Mark Prasad says, Emma, I'm not sure that this will make you feel a bit better. However, I really enjoy your videos and wish your channel every success. And I would like to be associated with those remarks. I really enjoy your videos, Emma, and I would like to wish your channel every success as well. That's just a genuine thing. You guys know, I don't watch many videos these days. And Emma, I watch all of yours, every second and every minute of them. And that only applies to about 3 channels these days. So I must be telling the truth. Good one, Simone, says Pete. It was. Food, says Matron. I had a battered spam fritter today, much to Mustard's horror. Well, much to your own horror, I should imagine. A battered spam fritter. Blimey. Oh, says Emma, and I lost 3 subs. I have so many different stresses right now, it's unbelievable. I would like life to give me a break, please. Diane says, Emma, I'm really sorry you're not feeling good. I'm also a bit off at the moment. I watched some Peter Kay videos and they did make me laugh. Well, big old hugs and everything to all of you who are feeling a bit less than, who are having a bad time at the moment. And let us know if there's anything that we can do. And do feel free to unload all of your woes on us, and we will be there for you. Sometimes life is just shit, isn't it? And there's nothing you can do, and there's nothing anybody else can do other than say, yeah, sorry, your life is shit. We love you, that kind of thing. And so, sometimes you can't do much more than that. Because sometimes life is just crap. Now, I've just remembered, except I haven't, I've forgotten, but I kind of remembered that big group of firemen that were in the restaurant last night. They said somebody had died yesterday. And obviously somebody died yesterday. Somebody's dying all the time. Somebody famous, somebody that I knew and liked. And I'm trying to remember who it was. And I wasn't sure if it was true or not. Oh, I remembered who it was. Jeff Capes. Is it true? Did Jeff Capes pass away yesterday? And then they all started talking about superstars. Because Jeff Capes did do superstars, although, he did better at Britain's Strongest Man and the World's Strongest Man, didn't he? And then they properly went off on one about superstars. They talked about that for half an hour. But if Jeff Capes did pass away yesterday, then that's a bit sad, I suppose. I mean, the truth is, it's sad when anybody passes away. Eddie Izzard summed this up the best. I used to like Eddie Izzard a lot. Um, oh, there's a feature. Who's your favourite comedian? Who do you think is the funniest person? The funniest comedian ever of all time. I've got my number one funniest comedian of all time, the Godfather, the inspiration for a generation of comedians, Richard Pryor, the funniest man of all time ever, full stop, no argument. But probably fairly closely followed by Billy Connolly. Why am I talking about that? See, I'm so laid back, I've forgotten what I was talking about. I was talking about Jeff Capes. How did I get on the Oh, Eddie Izzard, that's right. Eddie Izzard, yeah. He summed up the death thing. And it's not funny, it's quite poignant, really. A lot of his stand-up stuff was, but he's a very, very funny individual. Um, he might get in at number three after Richard Pryor and Billy Connolly. He'd have a good shot of getting in at slot number three. Uh, and he just came out in the middle of a bit of stand up. I can't remember which show it was, but it was one of the DVD shows. And he said, you know, Princess Diana died, the mother of two small boys, and the world completely lost its mind. My mother died, the mother of two small boys, and nobody else gave a shit. And that's true, isn't it? That's true. The nation will mourn for some people, but when any single person dies, it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy because some people will be bereft, and if the person dying has got nobody that will grieve for them, then that in itself is a tragedy, isn't it? I mean, it's a tragedy that at my father's funeral there were two people, me and Boo, and that was it. That's a tragedy. That's a tragedy. And it's a tragedy because that was the life that he felt that he was forced to live, that his emotional imbalance and his mental health issues forced him to live. He ended up a terribly, I've told you before, it's my biggest fear, ending up like my old man. And at least my old man had me. Um, I'd be absolutely cake huffed. I mean, you reap what you sow, don't you, to a great degree. And my own look, everybody has a mental health spectrum. Again, it's not an absolute, it's not a binary thing. You're not okay or fucked up. It's a spectrum, and you move up and down it as you go through life and suffer life slings and arrows. But my own battles in keeping an equilibrium from the earliest times that I can remember were just based around a determination not to be my father. I've told you many times before. And yeah, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow to some degree. Everybody has the battles, and I honestly believe that to a greater or lesser degree, I do believe that everybody has a level of control and input. So even if you've been dealt a hand of cards, either genetically or reactively, that's going to make you feel a certain way, you've still got some level of personal input as how you deal with that and how you allow that to affect yourself and how you will allow that to affect the people around you. I haven't got much time for this fairly modern idea of zero culpability, zero zero responsibility. No culpability, no responsibility. You say, "All right, yeah, I'm like this because of this and this and this." And yeah, okay, you might be, but you could still deal with it differently. You still make a choice of how to deal with it. You know, in extremis, you either buckle under, and if you fall apart yourself, then in my mind, then that is forgivable. But if you fall apart in a way that you allow it to hurt other people and you don't fight against that in any meaningful way, shape, or form, then to me, that's not okay. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Fall apart yourself by all means, but allowing it to affect other people, you know, sometimes it's going to be inevitable, but a lot of people just don't make the effort in my book. And I'm particularly thinking about parents. I'm particularly thinking about parents who are weak and allow themselves to be either perennially or temporarily bad parents because they would rather give in to their own weakness than fight to be strong for the others around them. That's just my personal thing. Maybe I'm talking nonsense. Ah. I know I have very long bits, says Andrew, but not long enough to give you a tickle from here, Emma. Nick is here. Good evening, Boaty. Rent lettings. Good evening, Nick. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. I did enjoy your video, by the way. Nice kitchen. Very nice kitchen. All of those fantastic built in appliances behind you. You appear to have about 12 ovens. What's that all about? And you certainly appear to be enjoying that glass of wine. And I don't think it was your first, was it? Fair play to you. Spam fritters for the win, says Andrew. My little finger is swelling up, says Emma. I think I broke it in that rope swing in the woods. God, that was ages ago. Uh, get it checked out, Emma, says Andrew. They wouldn't do anything. All they'd do would be to splint it. So yeah, if you think it is knackered, just splint it to that one. And oh, Stephen S. Paul is with us. Evening, all you swingers. Good evening from across the Henning Pond. Carl Burton is with us. Good evening to you. I can't stay up much later, but it's nice to get some live, says Carl, and we're very grateful. Ian says, Boaty, if you fancy an hour or so chilling out and visiting a trip down memory lane, let's have a catch up and come and see my vintage collection of old toys and games. Oh, blimey. God, an etch a sketch, blimey. The etch a sketch end of the world. Moroccan chicken, says Peter P. Oh, now then. Now then. Oh, Bad Books is with us. Good evening, all. Good evening to you, my lovely chap. Ross is here. Do you know, Dad? Starting to feel better. How much lemon chicken soup can one man eat in 4 days? Ross is suffering from the old COVID lurgy, I'm afraid. My belly hurts. I'm laughing so much, says Simone. And soup doesn't need cutlery. Which cheeses have you tasted, Boaty? Asks Emma. I don't know. I tasted that one in the sandwich. I don't know what it was. I didn't ask it. I absolutely love cheese, says Diane. Well, fair enough. You're the wrong one. Captain Mustard is with us. Project Nigel. Hello, truffle hunters. When I am peckish and need a snack, says Matron, I will have either a chunk of strong cheddar or cream cheese with fruit. Well, you're also a wrong one, Matron. Now I'm feeling peckish, and to keep me going until my staff curry, I'm going to have a slice, if I can get it out, of Milano salami. Actually, I'll go mad and have 2 slices. Why not? Why not? Oh, I'll tell you why not. I can't get them to separate from each other. Come away, you slippery little Italian bastard. There we go. There we go. Mmm. Delicious. Oh, it is nice actually. Oh, Italian cold meats and good Italian wine. You can't beat it. Mmm. Mmm. Lovely. I enjoyed that actually. Oh, quite a garlicky aftertaste, and I like that very much. Mustard is eating pork steaks cooked for hours with ginger, garlic, coriander, and cloves, eaten with a spoon. Weirder. Mm. Cheddar on digestives is lovely, says Ross. You're all weird. What on earth, says Emma. Never heard such nonsense. Too cold for cucumbers, but not fruit. Emma's got pork for Sunday. Mm. Oh, God, what are you all talking about? Oh, you're all rattling on about cheese. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Oh, it is true about Jeff Capes. Bless him, he seemed like a nice bloke, says Diane. I've heard he was a lovely bloke. Oh, Rocket Max. Rocket Max. Max is with us, darlings. Good evening, Boaty et al. Watching from Celebrity Apex, and that's going to be a really expensive cruise ship because Max lives the life, darlings. Max, does your husband go with you when you go on the cruises? Ugh. Sorry, I'm just really enjoying that salami. Hmm. Oh, right, we're getting on to comedians. Ian says, for quick wit and intelligence, Bob Monkhouse. Bob Mortimer is a funny chap, says Andrew. Peter Kay, obviously, says Diane. Oh, yeah, Peter Kay. Yeah, I'll give you that. Also love Richard P. and Billy C. They should make them available on the NHS. Totally. Oh, excuse me. If Chardonnay's watching, says Emma, and I recognise her name from the Sunday lunchtime live, thank you for having just subscribed to my channel. There you go. That's one of the three back. I do have you. I do have you lot. So I wasn't including myself in that. I am blessed to have all of you. Jeff Cape, says Mark, what a lad. I remember him on Superstars, where they were going to do a canoe race. And as they were preparing it, he said something like, I'm not getting into it. I'm putting it on. Legend. He was a big lad, wasn't he? I remember Jeff Capes doing the VW Polo bread van advert. Life shapes us, says Max, but we choose the direction in which we opt to proceed. Yeah, you get what I mean. You do get what I mean. Andrew says, did last night's promo draw in some potential clients? Possibly one, but nothing definite. But yeah, advertising is available at ludicrously cheap rates. I'm very happy with last night's deal. I'm really happy. I've got two bottles of what I imagine will be very palatable wine sitting on the booze stand in the front parlour. And I've got 6 of those 8 fantastic sausages left for future enjoyment. And they were good, really good. They were, do you want to have a look at them? I'm telling you, they're on the video, but seriously, these are right, properly wrapped wrapped in the old school way. Look, in paper. Well, like greaseproof paper. Look at those. Look at those. You can tell that those are serious sausages. Oh, I've only got 4. Oh, I thought I had 8. I obviously only had 6. Never mind. That's still plenty of deliciousness. Now, these are to be used by the 26th, and they're not going to get used by the 26th. So they can go. Well, I'll tell you what, I might as well pound the box while I'm here, mightn't I? So they'll probably go in the freezer tomorrow. I'll separate them. Bosh, done. I'll separate them and pop them in the freezer. But they are absolutely superb. And Nick did the video that he sent me was a taste test, because Nick bought some of, well, probably all of the available ranges of sausages from this amazing butcher's and local farm shop. He came over from Newark to get them. To quickly tell you the story, he and his good lady had an overnight stay somewhere fairly near to here, a place called Bamford, which I've taken you through on several occasions. It's we go through there to get to the Snake Pass. And they had some sausages with their breakfast that they were so blown away with. They found out where they were from, tracked them down, and they're from this Ginger Butcher's, which is Farm. And so they made a specific trip, had a day off, came over here to stock up on those sausages, and then had the idea of, as they were going to be driving past me anyway, doing that little bit of fun we did last night and sharing the sausage love with me. And those sausages that I've got, they're the herb and onion ones, I think, wasn't it? And oh God, they were so good. But Nick tells me the clear winner in the challenge was the Bakewell Banger. And he says, you've got to get yourself some of those. So when those are finished, I'll take you guys. We'll go to Bakewell. We've never been to Bakewell. I mean, I've been to Bakewell a million times. I used to work in Bakewell. But I've never been there with you. So when those sausages are finished, we will go to Bakewell or to the farm itself. Maybe we'll go to the farm itself. It's in Overhaddon. Haven't been there for a while. And we'll get some Bakewell bangers, and we'll make a video about them. The Equalizer is with us. Jeff Cope's got the world record for throwing a 5-pound house brick, 146 feet and 1 inch in the 1970s. I think the record still stands. You make the most of what you have, says Mustard, like doing your best not to starve when you have a plate of food in front of you. Right. All of you, any of you who've given me any shit, you're going to have to eat your words tomorrow. Because I'm going to post a video tomorrow, darlings. Now, Cutlery Gate. Mustard said I'm a child. I threw a tantrum. I did it for effect, blah, blah, blah. What Mustard forgot, and what somebody found out, is that like almost 2 years ago, we both ate that same meal in the caravan, right? And Mustard tried to eat it with a plastic knife and fork. I only had the fork. He had a knife and fork. And he is on record, and I'm going to put the video up tomorrow, saying it is not possible to eat this meal with this plastic knife and fork. So, hypocrisy, thy name is Mustard. And that's going to be the title of tomorrow's video, darlings. Ha! And thank you to Emma for doing the detective work and uncovering mustard's double standards. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Yeah, I will leave you to troll him mercilessly in the same way some of you have me. I'm looking forward to putting that out. Thank you, Emma. I'm back, says Simone. Sorry, my furry quadruped made a foul stench and I had to go and dispose of it. That's harsh. You disposed of your furry quadruped because it farted. Oh, go and get it back. R.I.P. Jeff Cape, say Simone. He was a fave of mine on the telly box in the 80s. Jeff Capes was definitely a nice man, says Mustard, and not a wrong un. We should do that. That should be a community feature. Celebrity, nice man or wrong un. So there you go. That can be a feature from now on. Everybody, throw up a celebrity and we will decide whether that celebrity is a nice man or a wrong un. Oh, excuse me. Diane says, I've gone from the lofty heights of being a loved one to a wrong un. Cheesecake, going to sue, just speaking to my solicitor. Oh dear. Being in the wrong hemisphere, says Andrew, some comedians don't register with me. Yeah, Jeff Capes, he was a policeman. He was a policeman. Welcome to the mad world, says Diane. Gone off Boaty now, been called a wrong un. Take the sausages back. Oh dear. David Mitchell, says Mustard. Ah. Ooh, Boaty is flashing the sausage. A big grain spotty, Boaty's old sausage. Ah, Mr. Paddy is with us. How were your sausages? Wonderful. How is the wine? Haven't tried it yet. How is our Emma? She's having a lousy time. How is the captain? Fine, as far as I know. How is Tracy the matron? Fine, as far as I know. Hope everybody else in the chat has had a nice day, like he has. And please hit the like button, he says, which is very kind. Snake pass, sausages. I see where this is going, says Stephen S. Paul. The phone has been off the hook all day, says Nick. Need to take on more staff. Is there a video of said sausage doings, asked Peter P. Yes, and yes. Does Bakewell still have tarts there, asked Ross. Oh, yeah, totally. Emma says somebody on my channel was asking me to go to Bakewell to make a video. There you go. Bad Book says the late Chick Money, who is Billy Connolly's favourite comedian. Yeah, that's right. And he always told the joke. Billy Connolly always said that the joke that dragged him into to the chat was he said he fell over in the street and somebody said, "Did you fall?" He said, "No, I'm just trying to break a bar of chocolate in my back pocket." Billy Connolly is a funny man. I only ever met him once. I told you, didn't I? On that celebrity London to Brighton bike ride thing, and he was riding that Cinelli that Eric Clapton gave to him with Campagnolo Supercorsa Gruppo. right? And he was wearing these really lurid shorts. And somebody said, Jesus Christ, what the fucking hell are those shorts? And Connolly said, don't worry about it, son. You'll only be seeing the arse, which I thought was a pretty good line. Did I eat it though, says Mustard. Well, I haven't got that far in the video. Outrageous indeed, says Stephen S. Ball. Nick says, had the last couple of Bakewell bangers for tonight's tea. Highly recommended, guys. And we accidentally found out Wednesday's their 20% off day. Right, I'll be there on a Wednesday then. In fact, I'll screenshot that so I don't forget. There we go. We could do with 5 celebrities to chat about over lunch, says Mustard. It'll distract you if nothing else. The cardboard stroke paper straws at McDonald's are the worst, says Ross. Go prepared. Get yourself a Swiss Army knife. Spoon, fork, knife, all in one. Oh, there we are. There we are. And that could be a merch idea, says Diane. Right then, darlings. Oh, mine too, Diane. The sketch about the incontinence pants, Billy Connolly. That was on an audience with Billy Connolly, which was one of the funniest things ever. The audience with were great. Okay, a last feature, because I'm going to get off just after midnight, darlings. But you remember the audience with? What were your favourites? I couldn't pick an absolute favourite, but I'll give you a few. An audience with Billy Connolly was just pretty much one of the funniest things ever. The second funniest thing in the world ever after Richard Pryor, Is It Something I Said? That was the funniest. That was the funniest comedy show of all time. But second funniest would be an audience with Billy Connolly. He was on fire for that. That was absolute genius. I've laughed at that since I was a child. But I've got a third offering. No, I've got 2 more offerings for an audience with. And all 4 would be like grouped together. An audience with Ken Dodd, the first one. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And the 4th one might surprise you a bit. An audience with Peter Ustinov. Genius, absolute genius. Oh, Ian agrees with me, an audience with Ken Dodd. Ross has gone for Victoria Wood. Boaty, says Emma, don't forget about the Heights of Abraham. I bet the changing leaf colours on the trees will be nice around now. You see, you and I, Emma, like-minded, I've been thinking exactly the same. And I've got until the end of October. So I had penciled in next Wednesday for the last trip of the season to the Heights. And I might tie it in with a lunch review at the restaurant, and I'll have the chili. I did the cafe, I did the hot dog, but yeah, there's definitely going to be a Heights of Abraham before the end, and I'll double check because I don't want to miss it. But I'm sure I've got until I think it's the first Sunday in November when they close. So I think that, let me have a quick look at the calendar. I think that next Wednesday I'll still be okay. Let me have a look. Yeah, next Wednesday is going to be the 30th, isn't it? So I'm sure I'm still going to be okay for that. It's going to screw up the videos a bit because I think I'm away on the Tuesday, aren't I? But the videos will just have to wait. I need to get a Height of Abraham in before the end of the year. And for that exact reason, the cable car flight, as they call it, takes you over all those trees, and I really, really want to get all of those autumnal colours. And if I've got a couple of bob, I'll tie it in with a lunch at the restaurant rather than at the cafe. I ate at the restaurant before with Emma, but we had Little Lemon with us, and we didn't really film it. When I'm on my own, I can do a proper review. So, thanks, Ems. Good shout, and I'd already thought of it, but as I say, great minds thinking alike there. I love Victoria Wood, and her audience with is outstanding, says Mark. Dame Edna, I remember her when she was just a housewife from Mooney Ponds. Yeah, well, that's how she started, wasn't it? Bob Monkhouse, Billy Connolly, Dame Edna, says Matron. I'm off now, night all, says Simone. We're all going to be off now. Being housebound, says Ross, I'm now going to find an audience with to watch for the day. Thanks, guys. Oh, you'll enjoy it. There are loads. For tomorrow night, maybe talk about a Christmas do, be it virtual or otherwise, says Diane. Well, we have a virtual Christmas do on Christmas Day. I do a super long live stream on Christmas Day, have done for the last two Christmases, and I will do again this year. Obviously, many of you will be busy, but basically, on Christmas Day, I hate the idea that anybody might be alone on Christmas night. I hate the idea that I might be alone on Christmas night. So on Christmas night, for those who don't know, we open the restaurant on Christmas Day. We're always fully booked. It's an incredibly hard, busy day. It's the busiest day of the year and the hardest day of the year for all of us. We work like slaves on Christmas Day, but it's a great atmosphere and good fun. So the moment I get back on Christmas night, the moment I get back home, I start the live stream and I keep it going until I can't stay awake any longer. And people can just jump in, jump out, whatever they want to do. But yeah, I do that every Christmas Day since I started YouTube. So I think I'm right in saying that this will be. Is this the second? I think this might be the third Christmas. Yeah, I think it'll be the third Christmas Day because, correct me if I'm wrong, but it'll be happening anyway. As enjoyable as ever, says Mark. Thank you, Boaty and all here. Catch up soon and have a restful night. Nighty night, sausage fans, says Peter P. Andrew says no night to everybody. Mustard says Ken Dodd's dad's dog's dead, apparently. Thanks for that, Mustard. On Christmas night, need to sing dodgy Christmas carols then. Anything goes on Christmas night. I'm always alone on Christmas night, so I'll be there, says Emma. You won't be alone this one. What a lovely thing to do, says Claire. It's, yeah. Yeah, that's, and that will always be the same. I don't care what I'm doing, what my situation is. Christmas night and New Year's Eve, there's a long, long live stream. And it's just there if you need it. And if you don't need it, then fine. Be happy, do your own thing. But it's there for those that need it. Made it to the end and I'll regret this in the morning, says Carl. And no fewer than 50 of you have made it until the end, and that's amazing. I'm so grateful for the number of the community that tune in these days. It's an absolute joy, and I'm really grateful that together we're doing something that quite a few people seem to want to be part of and support. So thank you all very much. But I am going to bugger off, darlings, and I'm going to try and get a reasonably early night. I've spent a lot of today cleaning. I've realised that I'm a disgusting person, and elements of my beautiful cottage have been filthy. And today I've been rectifying some of those. My toaster was minging. You'll see it in the video. Well, you won't, because I wouldn't show it to you until I cleaned it. And now it looks like brand new. My washing machine is spotless. My kettle is spotless. And yeah, I'm on a bit of a mission. I mentioned it in the video. For some reason, thinking about the Airbnb has made me look at this place with different eyes and think, uh, maybe it's because I'm thinking I'm not going to be here as much. I'm going to be spending time elsewhere. And I feel the need to make Windy Bottom pristine, as if this was going to be the Airbnb. So it'll be a joy to come to when. Anyway, there we are. There we are. All right, darlings, I'm going to bugger off. Thank you so much for your company tonight, as always. I really, really do appreciate it. Massive love and hugs to all of you that need it. Some of you are going through it. And oh, God, I wish, and I think we all wish, that we could just make it all a little bit better for you. But there we are. Everybody, chins up. Chins up, darlings. Keep those heads well and truly above water. Remember, tomorrow night is going to be a later one. It's Friday night. I get home later, 11:30. If you can't make it, I completely understand. But if you can make it, it would be great to see you. In the meantime, have a safe and peaceful night. Have the best day ahead that you can. And if you get a chance to take even the tiniest bit of joy, be sure to take it. And speaking of taking things, take really good care of yourself. And if you have people who you love or who love you, take really good care of them too. The candle will be relit 11:30 tomorrow night. Much love from me, darlings. Thank you again. Much love to you all. Hopefully, see you tomorrow night. And on that note, pachoo, and indeed, a very sausagey bosh.